I was trying to think of what the strangest thing I've been told, and I can't really think of what it would be. Except I had a phone call from Sass once when she was in Mongolia.
Oh yeah.
And she said, it's 2 a.m. here. What time is it there?
2.
And she said, tell them what your predicament was.
My friend, my guide, told me he found a drum for me. And they have octagonal drums like this, big, really big, and heavy and thick. He said, I found a real shaman's drum. It's been blessed. Everything is really good. And I think you should get it. And I thought, well, I don't really have enough money. But I think I'll call Eleanor. So I called Eleanor. I said, what do you think I should do? And she said, well, you...
Ask the drum.
No, you said,
What did
I
say?
think you'll feel... Oh man, you gave me a riddle. It's in the book. I have to get the book. You'd be sad if you did, and you'd be sad if you didn't, or something like that. But yeah, you said you better get it. Should I continue?
Yeah.
So this drum was so powerful that none of us could sleep. I mean, my whole team, we were in one guest house and one room, and it got to be, oh yeah, that was 2 o'clock in the morning. That's why I called you, because none of us could go to sleep. And I said, okay, we got the, I think I called you twice because you said to get it first, and then I got it, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? Because it was, all of us were wide awake.
How many were you?
My camera person, translator, I think 3 or 4 of us, maybe 2 camera people. So she said, you need to feed it. So you need some tobacco, you need some incense, you need some, what else? Sage. They don't have sage over there.
Or
so
whatever they use.
So we got some, we had this 100-year-old shaman had given me some juniper incense. And so we lit that, and my camera person smoked cigarettes, so he emptied out the tobacco. It's in the middle of the night, so we feed everything, talk to the drum. Finally, we get to sleep. That isn't the end. You have to read the book. The book is in there, because that drum was just, I'm still a little afraid of that drum, and that was a long, long time ago.
It's in your house now?
Yeah, it's in my house. Very protected. I've used it a few times, but I don't know.
Well, remember the analogy with a snake. You take the drum, and sometimes the shaman will caress the snake and take it off the drum and hold it and maybe blow on it and really bond with it, and then put it back on the drum. Now, if that doesn't happen, just watch out. You may not see the spirits, but they have a bit more power than we do.
I agree.
What were you afraid of?
Excuse me?
Bad energy. She said, what was I afraid of?
And why were you afraid of bad energy?
Well, the drums can hold a lot of energy. So unless it's good energy, a lot of things can happen. Magical things, I guess.
And that means you need to learn how to bring forth the energy you wish to get.
Right.
This is true. My teacher used to say, power is power. If you are calling on power, you better know what you're doing, because power will come. And if you're not clear, or if you have any slight discrepancy in what you are asking for, you'll get it. So you want to be very careful. Better not to use the drum.
Question. Is that like if you use the Ouija board and
Yeah.
either you get a good power or a friendly one or not?
Yeah. Because
Similar.
when you use that, you can have anybody can come. It would be I always say, like, it would be like going down to the side street and just asking anybody anything important.
Yeah.
You know, anybody could be, who knows?
And saying, what should I do with the
What
rest
should
of
I
my
do?
life?
Yeah, yeah. So you have to be. This stuff is, yeah, very, very tricky.
Yeah, I'm going to beat the drum for about a minute. Why don't you just sit and close your eyes? And if an image comes to you, wonderful. If an image doesn't come to you, wonderful.
Okay.
Okay. Come back slowly. Now you don't have to say anything, but if anyone would like to, that would be fine.
Have you ever played the drum for a deaf person?
You know, I don't believe I have. Someone who really can't hear.
Yeah.
I think they would feel the vibration. And I could use the drum and put it over their head. And when you're inside a drum,
Yeah, it feels really good.
it's a very
They do
different
that a lot.
experience.
Yeah, they cleanse people by doing that in
Mhm.
Mongolia.
It seems
That's a
to
good
me
question. I hadn't thought of it.
that
Yes.
the strength of the drum, that it would be consistent for me to get up and to move with it, so that it's almost like it would echo within me, and I would be more consistent with the power, the energy.
Yes, there's often a lot of dancing, particularly in the northern part of the world. Some of the dances that the Siberian shaman do are frenetic.
I saw, in my mind's eye, speaking of dancing, a figure of a woman, but she was clouded, she was not clear, but she was like rising out of a flame. And that was the image that came to me when during the drumming. And of course, my heart was in the same beat. And I could feel those two things happening. And then I could feel a sense of motion.
Wonderful.
Eleanor, do you want to talk a little bit about how you made these? How
Yes.
these came?
But we can do that in a number of ways. Oh, let's pass the calendars on too.
How about we'll pass one way, one another way?
I have it's a little bit of a long poem, and I thought we might read it because it's the story of how these, I don't even know what to call them,
Figures.
figures, how they came into being. They're on I think it's archival white paper, although some of my early ones are brown. The paper's now brown, so they're obviously not. And then they're just, the frame is just glass. And the thing in the back that holds it tight. And then I did the coloring with, I love this, magic markers.
That's great.
And the first thing I put together was the 2014 calendar. And it has 13 big drawings and 13 little ones, because I did the extra January. And then I did another one in 2016. And I brought them and passing them around because you get to see many more of the images. Only 9 here.
About how many you think you have total?
Well, colored. Well, there are 40 some in the calendar. Probably 100.
Would that be 2016?
No, just the calendars are
Oh, I see.
numbered, but these are all just part of the same
Yeah,
show.
I don't know that that's on the calendar, so that may be more recent.
I mean, do your images
Change.
sometimes bring foreboding?
No, I don't think I ever had foreboding, but I've certainly had the feeling of you're not paying attention. Pay attention. Now, what I want to do, and I'm getting there. These are some of the images, and I put them with this longish poem. I think what we'll do, we'll just read it out loud. And I'll start, and you can pass it around. If you don't feel like reading, you don't have to. But please, look across the room at the person furthest from you. And that's the person you look at and talk to. Spirit beings. Windows into the spirit world. My journey began one day in October.